big things has been boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Just because people think that they can do certain things or treat you a certain way because you may have never spoken up for yourself, or you feel like because they're a certain person that you shouldn't speak up. And it's like, no, because I feel like when you don't speak up for yourself, it says something about you.
This podcast was produced by B. Haywood for Confirmed Podcast Network.
Getting all the stuff. See, this is the thing. If you want to do some things that you ain't never done before, or experience a life that you ain't never had before, you gotta do some things differently than you have before. You can't just stick to the same stuff and expect different results.
Please, they gonna taste different every time.
No, they don't.
Ooey gooey.
Terrible. Okay. I'm not. Okay, whatever you look. What y'all been up to?
Who are you?
Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm that girl Mill.
Annabelle in the cut.
So how you gonna ask me who I am? And we got B. Haywood on the producing side. Y'all already know what's up.
Here.
And it is like the holiday season, just about.
It is.
So after Halloween, is it then just considered the holiday season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are smack dab in holiday season, and I have pulled out my Christmas decorations. I'm very excited to decorate.
55 all.
55. Y'all, DoorDash is expensive.
It is.
All of these like delivery
merchant counter. Oh, I thought they said counter. It says courier. I was about to say, I know you ain't giving them a tip to put them in the box. They was about to make me mad, y'all. It's a courier. Carrier. Let me do other. 10. 5. Because they getting a little beside themselves. They trying to take your money. Let me decide what I want to do.
Let me decide. What was at the tip? Let me decide.
We took it down to a little 52. My gosh. Give me a promo code.
But yeah, I have pulled out. So last night I pulled out all of my Christmas decorations.
Did you put your tree up?
I pulled it out. I think I'm gonna finish it later on, because I started like the living room and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm switching things around this year, so I'm trying to figure out where I want everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's coming along. I did not realize how many decorations I had, and I had to like pull my what?
You see how I blinked?
Just because you want to be Scrooge?
I'm not. But you knew you had them decorations?
No, I didn't, because I bought more this year.
You didn't.
I didn't know.
It's hilarious.
And I think seeing like my decorations and the salon decorations, I was just like a little overwhelmed. So I've separated the two, and we'll deal with that later.
I wish we had like outside storages.
Like my old apartment.
Mm-hmm.
That was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That was perfect. But my storage closet is pretty big, though.
Beggars can't be choosers. We gonna get what we gonna get.
If you're in an apartment,
it is what it is.
Take what you can get. Thankfully, that closet is humongous.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't really have issues storing. I don't need to buy nothing else, though.
You gonna say it next year?
Because next year I'm gonna see something be like, oh, switch it up a little bit.
I hope this water don't taste like it got electrolytes in it. Y'all know what that tastes like?
Mm-hmm.
It's like slimy and thick.
Taste it and let us know.
I'm a little parched.
Why are you holding it like that? Like,
Don't mind my hands. I did a red color yesterday. My
Y'all,
nails
I
are
don't know what
stained.
I did different with my nails this time, but they just been popping off left and right.
I think I need a break.
Maybe. Because they like,
Okay, that's not bad.
it's not bad.
That ain't bad. They must have fixed the recipe.
Because
when they first came out with these.
It's another one.
Propel. The Propel was nasty.
I don't like the Propel one.
I don't like how the Body Armor one tastes, but it's all right.
I haven't had the Body Armor, but Body Armor in general tastes thick.
I am stained up. Charlie was like, "What's that red on your arm?" I was like,
"Per usual." We don't know when you.
I knew.
Because you get everywhere.
Everywhere.
But are you excited about Christmas?
Yes, because guess what, guys? Well, first of all, hold on. I'm a whole new.
Smile for me, daddy.
Because the brackets is off, okay? Ting. I got my retainers in, so I'll probably be talking a little funny, but.
That's all right. Teeth is good and straight. That's right. She'll be smiling all in y'all faces.
So don't come talking no smack.
Because she going to talk smack back, but she going to do it with a big smile.
And me and Charlie are moving. So I'm hyped. And I don't know who told me to move in December, but hopefully it stays a little warm.
I don't foresee it getting down to 10 degrees by then.
But if it's a little breeze, I'm going to put my North Face on.
Y'all, have we told y'all about this North Face?
Don't worry about it. I'm going to put it on.
This North Face is the biggest coat in the world. She's got this Eskimo coat.
It keeps me warm.
That should be pulling out in 50-degree weather.
Now, I ain't pulled it out yet. Relax.
She ain't put it out yet, but it was definitely sometime last year. I was like, it is not that cold out here.
My hormones might just be changing.
Girl, please. It's like my security blanket.
It is.
It's huge.
It's like insulated.
It looked like it. It looked like you got a sleeping bag on.
I love it because let the wind be blowing. Y'all run into the car. I can walk.
I don't feel anything.
Just fine.
Do you take it off when you drive? Or you?
Nope. I'm sitting up like that. Can't even see it.
That's too much.
I'm a hood up in my neck.
Now, I like a coat. And I like a warm coat. But that is.
But when y'all out there walking like that with y'all's coats on real fast to the car, I can take my time.
Is very warm. And fashionable.
Mine is black.
Look like you about to go on the slope.
That's it. It'll be good for it.
It would.
I love a North Face though. Even my little jackets is like.
I want a North Face jacket. I don't have one. I don't think I've ever had a North Face jacket.
We need to go to the outlet. Dang, I wonder if they still got it on Zappos. So let's look at my discount.
You need to get on there and look.
I used to pack them things up all the time. That's what made me want to start wearing North Face.
How many you get?
4, I think. Because I would try them on as they come through the line.
I need to go raid your closet. You might not get it back. But no, I do need a North Face. Just like a little regular fleece jacket that I can just everyday type of jacket. I don't think I have an everyday jacket. I be wearing the mess out of my jackets.
North Face, Columbia.
They pretty much same thing, right? Just different name brand.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if the wind's blowing, I'll put my North Face on. But if not, throw the boxes right on the truck.
Because you're going to get hot. You're moving. You're going to be moving around.
Yeah. I would still have it on.
Gonna peel yourself out of it. But I'm excited for y'all to have y'all's space.
I cannot wait to be back out. I don't want to pay rent now, but we're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You paying for your own peace of mind,
sanity.
Yeah.
So that can't get here fast enough. I feel like I've been talking about it for like 3 months. It ain't been that long, but
and it'll be like you and Charlie's like first time just in y'all's own space.
Own space. She know how she want her room. So it's all good.
Aw.
Like, we're going to set some rules
Mm-hmm.
because she thinks she can do what she want to do, and we're not doing that.
You're not the boss in here. I am.
I ain't just going to be eating snacks all willy-nilly.
The kitchen is closed.
Y'all, we was at an engagement party, right? And I got these retainers. Because I just be hoping that they don't pop out, because when we went bowling last night, I was talking to the girl and it like popped out. And I was like, come on. But I was sitting at the table and I was talking to Mel. And the retainer decided to just want to fall out. Like,
I lost it. Because it literally looked like, y'all remember that clip when Dame Dash was on live and his teeth fell out his mouth? That is exactly what it reminded me of.
I was just talking and here it come. That's crazy.
You can't be talking big shit to somebody and then your retainer fall out.
I have to make sure that they really snugged in there.
Whole argument is down the drain at that point.
I'm going to take them out. If I feel like I'm about to get upset, I'm going to take them out. Yeah. Retainers ain't going to play me.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at my brown socks.
Oh, I thought that was burgundy. I thought that's what you wanted to do. Who am I?
You know?
But yeah, you got a lot coming up.
It's a whole lot coming up.
Moving, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
And the biggest holiday.
Let them know.
My birthday, Capricorn season. It's time and started. Y'all better know. Let me see. I was about to look at something. Y'all better know what it is.
So yeah.
Goated out here.
We got Thanksgiving coming up.
Friendsmas.
Very exciting. We're not doing Friendsgiving this year. Time is just moving way too fast.
And food is high.
Hot in the mug.
I got 2 times in me to cook.
Have y'all gotten to the point where I don't know if it's the age thing, preference thing, whatever, where like you go to different grocery stores for different things?
No. I'm not doing it. It's only going to piss me off. You go to different ones?
I mean, I did yesterday. If I go to Trader Joe's, I know they're not going to have everything.
Well, yeah, if I go like to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I probably won't go back to the grocery store until next week.
Yeah.
Just find it at the house.
Well, if I don't have it at the house, then I got to go get it.
Just won't eat it.
That's what I was doing yesterday. I was like, one, during the holiday season, everybody is out.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's in the stores. All of them. And so there were people everywhere. And people are rude. I don't know what it is about the holidays that just makes shoppers rude. But you see me trying to get through.
You got your cart all in the middle of the aisle.
I was trying to get something I was in Target yesterday. And I had to like scoot past this lady's cart or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she was a black lady too. I was like, excuse me. She looked at me and did not move her cart back. When I say it was like this much room.
And I would have hit it.
I did. What you want me to do? These hips got to get through somehow. And then she gonna look at me mug. Move back.
How?
You see me trying to get through?
How is?
People are just rude and I don't understand. It's the holidays. It's time for celebration, joy, and cheer.
I know, but this is the highest time for like stress and all that mess.
That's because a lot of people be going through it. Just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So the holidays kind of adds more stress. And then I always think about the people who lose people around the holidays.
And you know what? I ain't gonna let the holidays stress me. I'm not buying nothing.
No.
If it ain't for Charlie, I'm not buying it.
We started that last year. We ain't buy nothing for the adults.
No, birthdays
we just
only.
Did kids. And I said, you know what? We can keep doing that because we buy stuff for each other or ourselves all throughout the year. We don't be needing nothing by the time Christmas get here.
I'll celebrate you on your born day.
Yeah.
The day you was
need
born.
Something, buy it yourself.
Period. Or make a wish list.
You might get one thing off this list.
That's it.
But yeah, like if that's what y'all want to do, then okay. But once we realized one year that like the gift giving just got really stressful, we was like, well, this is kind of defeating the whole purpose of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taking like a lot of the joy out of it. So We didn't exchange gifts as adults last year. We just did for the
cool with
kids,
that.
and I was completely okay.
And it saves you trips and all that, because then you get to go here and there and over there, and I don't want to do all that.
No,
So
no. But
something's missing
where?
from over there. I don't know. Something.
Okay.
I just looked over. It was something missing. I don't know. But I know I'm ready to eat. I need to quit eating.
Well, it's the holiday season. You ain't finna do it. Just do better during the week.
I won't have Thanksgiving off the week.
Ma'am. Have Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving and the day after. And then after that.
It's crazy.
Did y'all used to, growing up, did y'all have to eat leftovers for like a week?
Mm-hmm. Because wasn't nobody cooking.
Because wasn't nobody cooking. And that turkey got dried in the mug.
I wonder if the ice melting in this will help.
It might.
We'll see. What is this?
They said it was a Thanksgiving margarita. I tried one of these, you know how around the holidays, all of the cocktails and dessert recipes and all of that come up. So I was like, I told Deanna, I was like, well, I'm going to just try a new cocktail
You did say you
recipe
were going to try them.
every week. And for me, if it's got a margarita on the end of it, I'm going to try it. But this one got a lot going on. It got hot honey in it, and Deanna said it tastes like it should go on some chicken.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
And it do.
Where's yours?
It's for her.
Oh.
I'm going to drink it because I don't waste liquor.
You can have mine.
I was going to do it anyway. But anything you need to free yourself from or want to free yourself from?
Y'all, okay, so we didn't record last week. And the story is not like as crazy as it was to me last week. But I had made a post about just want to get closer to God, and our phones listen to us. And I was like, can our phones hear us think?
Something is going on with
something.
Because the fact that I can have a thought and it pop up in my phone is crazy.
It's wild. I got put chips in us.
Dang, how they do it?
No. But I said everything that I be thinking about, praying about pops up on TikTok, right? So then I found this lady, and she's telling these stories on her TikTok or whatever, and she talks about her family she's a preacher's kid, but she was like addicted to drugs and all this and other. So she said she goes to church one day. She said she was like 17. She was playing on the organ. Did you watch that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she was like, it was a lady in there that came in with demons in them, or a demon. And she talks about her family helping her cast out this demon, right? So she's like, basically the church prayed over this woman, and she said everybody just stopped. Like, they didn't have a church. They prayed in the church. Y'all, why last week when we went to church, okay, y'all know how I am about my dreams and all that. Why, when we went to church last week, Pastor said that he's going to let the Holy Spirit lead, and he did not preach. I don't know who in there had a demon or what they had going on. If it even got casted out, I don't know, whatever was going on with whoever. Why was the church praying exactly the way that I imagined this lady telling this story? Like, I mean, all we needed was the person to come in who had the demon that was in them. And it would have been the exact same thing. It was so wild to me how it lined up. And I was just telling my mom, I was like, what did your mom say? You might be prophetic. I said, now wait now. I'm agreed on the door. You're doing a bit much. But I was just like, it's so wild to me. Like, everything I think it's like showing me more and more like how real God is. Like, not that I was never a believer. It was just
seeing it for yourself.
Seeing it for myself and experiencing it for myself. So I've always been like, well, what does that feel like? And then one time, I think one Sunday you wasn't there, and Pastor was like, if you want to experience what the Holy Spirit feels like, come and stand in line. And I won't forget that, because I ended up getting, and I was like the last one in line. And I went up, they prayed or whatever, did the oil, and I sat back down. And I don't think I had like really experienced it yet. But then when we was sitting there the same day, and your mama came and prayed, I just sat there. And when she got done, like, I feel like when the Holy Spirit takes over me anyway, I'm like very still, quiet, crying, but like my body started shaking, which was, it's just crazy to me because it's like I asked to experience this. So to be able to experience it and really feel what it feels like, it's exciting for real. Because it's like, dad, like this is a real thing. And it's like starting on the journey, you talk about the little things that you notice, but then like the deeper get into it, it's like it's so many different things that pop up. And one last other one, and then I think I'm done. The girl's TikTok had popped up and she was like basically talking about not yelling at your kids. Basically pray over your kids when you feel like you want to yell at them. And you know how the kids can be. And that's one thing that I had been praying hard over because I really hate hollering at my baby. She doesn't really get like whoopings or anything like that. So it's like when I have to do it, it really hurts my feelings. Or when I have to yell, like it hurts my feelings. So one thing I asked God was to help me get control, over my emotions when she's being emotional or when she's having, her moment. And I kid you not, this girl 6 I popped up and it was like, she was talking to me and she was like, give your kid back to God. Like when you pray, give your kid back to God because it's his child. So ask him to help with his child. And she was like, it's not the kid's fault that you upset or that you overwhelmed or overstimulated or that you going through certain issues. You just need to calm down and just pray about it and pray over the kid. And y'all have to do that every day because I understand that she said the girl was like, basically, your kid is acting their age. So with her being 5, it takes a lot of patience. And sometimes, like when she's doing stuff, like y'all may see my face when she's here, like I'm like trying to tell her to sit down, but she's being 5. But I also have to learn how to control my emotions and try to figure out other ways to control her. So it's all so crazy to me because it's like, this is everything that I've been asking for.
And if you ask for it, he'll definitely show you.
Girl.
Or if you ask for the Holy Spirit and you really seek him, like he'll show you and he'll give it to you. Like,
and I think it's like, it's definitely a process because I'm not perfect and I'm not going to do everything, tomorrow.
And you
but
ain't never gonna be perfect.
Nah. And it's just certain things that I can tell is happening in order. So I was like, thank you, Lord, because this is everything that I've been asking for.
Yeah.
So
And it just shows that you're growing in your walk with him. And that's exciting too.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
So if y'all ain't, you're right. I'm scared to go to church.
Not be scared to go to church.
And read your word too, because there's some tea in there. Now I ain't got all the way through, but I have a women's Bible. I think do they have a men's Bible too?
I'm sure.
Figure it out. Find you one. But I have a women's Bible and a 52-week how to read your Bible little booklet or whatever. And I was reading in order, starting with Genesis and all of that. And I was like, let me stop reading this in order and just I opened it up to the index. First thing I saw was in due season. And I was like, here we go. Like, it's like, I'm not crazy. Like, this is really what I've been asking for and I've been trying to be shown. So I opened it up and said in due season. So I just like prayed over what I wanted to read and it took me where I need to be. And if I got a question, I just send out a text to the group if I don't understand. But I just been reading it and y'all, it's some tea in the Bible.
It's some tea in the Bible.
Go read it.
And I'm glad you said that you pray over before you decide to read, because a lot of times I think a lot of us haven't read or weren't reading because it was just so overwhelming. It's like, well, where do I start? But I do find that praying first and asking God, take me to wherever you want me to be at in the word. And he will, literally. Like, I remember I tested that out in college one time, and I just prayed, and I was like, Lord, you have me open up to wherever it is that you want me to read. And I did, and I was just like, this is wild. But it's exciting to see yourself growing because as you grow, you like unlock levels of yourself that you never knew existed. And like certain things just don't interest you no more, or don't feel the same. You get excited about new things. You see yourself differently than you did before. That's a huge one for me. You really learn to pray over yourself instead of always asking for other people to pray for you. That I wanted to free myself for that. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Friday. I was driving to work. I had dropped my niece off, and I was driving to work, and I could just feel myself getting sick. And I was like, let me just go and like get some medicine or something before, like, so it can knock whatever this is out before. And I was like, actually, I was like, I'm just about to pray over myself and see if God like heals whatever this is, because I could feel like my throat, my nose, I was coughing and sneezing and all that, and I was like, one, I hate being sick because I don't get sick often, but
where we live,
right. But two, I was like, I want to test it out because they say all the time, you got to be able to pray over yourself. You can ask God for your own healing. You can lay hands on yourself. And so I did. And when I say the following day, everything was cleared up.
It's crazy.
And so I was just like,
you be mind blown.
Yes, because it's like, you know that he can do it. But it's like, once you actually do it for yourself, it's like, God, you really be doing what you say you gonna do, don't you?
And I saw this one girl, she was saying that because now my TikToks are becoming like spiritual TikToks. So a girl was like, she said, y'all, was really about to crash out. And she said, fall back into depression. And she said, I got in my car and I started driving. She said, and God has a sense of humor. She was like, I literally got in my car and pulled up behind a car that said, please don't. And when she said, I'm gonna put it in the green screen or whatever, and literally the license plate said PLZ don't.
Wow.
And she was like, y'all, I quit crying. I just busted out laughing because she was like, I was so mind blown. And it's like,
because he really does it.
Like, it's crazy.
God be doing this thing. God is funny too. And how do y'all talk to God? Because I'll be talking to God like, all right now.
That's why we're gonna be turned away at the gates for playing too much. Not like turned away like that, but for playing too much. Y'all gonna have to wait on the side for a minute.
Stand up here real quick. Now I'm gonna let y'all in here.
But y'all gonna have to quit playing.
I'm gonna have to separate y'all. Because y'all be doing too much when y'all together.
Too much.
But no, you gotta foster your own personal relationship with God, because that's really the only way that you're gonna experience him in his fullness. And you really do have to you gotta surrender some stuff.
Do you ever wake up and know that it's super late in the night? Like, you know how people say when you wake up in between the hours of 3 or 4 a.m. to pray? Do you ever like feel that it's that late?
I be knowing.
Yeah.
Because it be sometimes I'm like,
ain't no way.
You knew I wanted to sleep.
Man, you know I won't. Now why you want to talk this late?
Hey. And all the time in the world, earlier to talk.
I'm tired.
You won't wake me up knowing I gotta be up early.
But no, I had this dream, y'all, and I just kept seeing these numbers in my dream, and I had to look them up, and it was everything that I'm getting in this moment. And I just kept seeing them. And I also could hear this man's voice in my dream. And I was like, I woke up in the middle of the night and I knew it was real late, but I was like, I felt like if I would have looked at my phone, it was going to have them same 3 numbers on my phone. But I didn't look at my phone. But I just knew that it was late in the midnight hour.
I'll be knowing.
So.
Right. Well, woke me up. Because it's definitely been times where I'm like, not today. I'm going to go back to sleep. But then it takes forever to go back to sleep. So it's like, you might as well had just talked to him.
What you need?
Here I am, Lord.
You want a little breakfast or something?
You want a little breakfast?
A little cup of coffee?
But no, the journey is exciting, but also it can also feel overwhelming.
You'll feel like it's like, my bad, I mean to cut y'all. Like sometimes like it's like a chore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by overwhelming, because he does require you to give stuff up. And so there's this like tug of war. Even if it's something that's not necessarily a sin, it could be something that's taking time away from him, or something that's pulling you further away from him. And he requires things of you and he requires you to get out of your comfort zone too. And so, what?
No, because when you said it might not be a sin, I think that, because remember when I text y'all, I was like, I think I'm gonna have to fast from something. Yeah, I really think I'm gonna have to fast from social media. I think that's what the fast, because I'm gonna have to like pray on it again. Like, you know how you pray on something and then it's like, all right, whatever. Like, but I was like, I think that I'm gonna have to fast from something. I really think that it's social media. But I think I texted you, I told you, I was like, I think I want to do intermittent fasting. That is not what he want me to do.
No.
So I'm not doing that.
He's like, I told you what to fast from. Now you over here trying to pick and choose.
You need to fast from the food too. Listen. But first, it's social media. So I'm like, okay, I can feel it coming up. Because one, I'm getting tired of social media. I don't know which one it's going to be from yet. Like TikTok consumes me a lot. But I think too, just like Facebook and Instagram, like the negativity on Facebook for sure. So sometimes
he tells you to fast from all of them.
I'm just gonna have to log out all of them and pick my book, because I had started a book and I put the book back down. So I'm gonna ask them when I need to do it.
Yeah, that's real.
At least 3 days.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he's telling me to give up.
That too, because I ain't been wanting nothing.
Yeah. Anyways, I told her I feel like he's telling me that I need to give up weed.
Well, why would you?
Cause I'm gonna be like, what you cover your mouth for? But I do. I feel like he's telling me that, and one, because now when I smoke, I don't feel good.
You feel good?
Not when I smoke by myself. If it's like a social, yeah, then I'll be cool. But smoking by myself, like, it's not like a good feeling no more. So I'm like, why am I doing this? If you ain't enjoying yourself, what you doing?
I feel like it when I drink wine. That's all I keep at the house.
I don't drink at home by myself for real. Cause I'll be like, for what? But yeah, I remember. I will never forget. So there was one podcast. You remember that day when I had that migraine, and I was like, y'all, this is all we got for today or whatever. Cause we was at church. I don't know if you went that day. No, I don't think you did go that day. But I was at church and Pastor had called me up randomly. And if y'all haven't watched that episode, I was at church and the pastor randomly said, Sister Melvin, can you come to the front? And this was during like the prayer or whatever, where you can come up for prayer or you can join church or whatever. And he was like, I know I don't do this usually, but God's telling me to pray over you. And so he came and prayed over me, and Courtney came and prayed over me, and then Diamond, our first lady, and some other people came and prayed over me. And I remember Victoria had came and prayed over me, and she was like, God is telling me to tell you, release and restore. She said, you release whatever he's telling you to release, and he's going to restore. And I could just feel so strongly God telling me that I had to give this person that I was connected to up. Like, that I had to let them go. And baby, I was having a ball with this person. I was having a great time. Great time. Like, I walked in church, pepping my step. I'm having a great time with this person. And God told me in that service that I had to let them go. And it was so random to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was only random because I was thoroughly enjoying myself. Now, I probably...
Knock your boots off.
I should not have been messing with this person. But it was like, up until that point, I hadn't felt like I needed to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me point blank, period, in that service. What'd I say?
Been told you.
When I say I was so mad, I had the biggest attitude. One, because I'm bawling my eyes out. Like, for the rest of service and for the rest of, like, the whole car ride home, like, everything. And I was like...
Like your daddy just told you, like, no.
Yes. Like, you cannot have this. And I think, too, because I knew that if I did not, there was going to be consequences. Now, I ain't never felt like it when he told me to let something go. It was just like, well, God been telling me to do it, and I was just being disobedient. No, this time, I felt so strongly that if I did not listen, there was going to be consequences. And I was so angry. Like, I was mad at God. And I hate when I get like it. But I feel like a lot of us have been there. But I had the biggest attitude with God. Like, what you mean? I don't want to. And I was throwing a temper tantrum. I ain't even gonna front. I was like, I don't want to do it. What do you mean?
Oh, so you want to argue?
Yes, I do. Because, no, I don't want to do it. And that's literally how I was talking to him. I was like, I mean, I know. I know.
I hear you.
And I know what I'm doing. Yeah, but I don't want to do it right now. And so I was just going back and forth, and it felt like this big tug of war. And when I say, if you do not be obedient to God, he will make you so uncomfortable in whatever situation he told you to let go. He did not let up. And it was like, I couldn't get comfortable either. Because even when there was like moments of, oh, I'm good. Like, this is fine. He would just keep reminding me, like, what'd I tell you? What did I tell you? And so one day I had to pray. I was like, Lord, you know me and you know I'm hard-headed. So you going to have to take this away from me. Or I need you to make me uncomfortable in this until I let it go. Because you know me. And when I say I was so uncomfortable every day.
I swear.
Attitude on 10. Everything he did irritated me. And then it just started making me look at myself like, girl, what are you doing? What are we doing? You already know that you're better than, not him, but you're just better than the situation. And so it was like, okay, God was like, so when are you going to listen to me? Because anytime God tells you to give something up, we fighting with it as if he can't replace it with something so much better. Or he don't know what's best for us.
Yeah.
And so, y'all finally did it. It took so long.
I said, well, it only took 3 months. Well, I did it.
I did it, Lord. But then I was watching this sermon and it was like, dang, what is her name? She was in The Forge in War Room. So y'all who have seen that movie, y'all know exactly
which lady in The Forge?
The mama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was watching her.
Is that the link that you sent? Okay.
I know her name. I just don't forget. But she was saying that the like timeliness in which you obey God also says a lot about how much you trust him. I was like, oh, hey, like right here. Because it's like, yeah, I love you, God, and I trust you. And I know that you are the name above all names. You are the end of the beginning. You are all of these things. But this thing that you told me to give up, I'm...
Let me do it right now.
Scared of? Like, I can't wait till like
because it's almost like you get comfortable like so quick, like
it's so comfortable,
especially when you vibing with somebody, and it's like,
and when you ain't vibing, because with me it takes me a minute to like. I'm not a, you know how they be like, you miss one bus, another one. I understand that, but that ain't how my life is set up.
My bus don't come every 15 minutes.
No,
it come every couple years.
Wait a minute, you telling me that this one that I am thoroughly enjoying, I gotta give it something. I don't know when the next one. The next one might not come for 10 years.
We Bikini Bottom. Don't know when the next bus is coming.
But when that bus come,
it's gonna be the right bus.
It's gonna be the right bus. Now don't get on the wrong bus. I also saw something that said if you get on the wrong bus, get off immediately at the next stop, because the longer you stay on, the harder it is. I said, oh, whoa. Now I knew I shouldn't have even entered into that. But I stayed
even
too long.
paid to get on that bus.
What are we doing? And I stayed too long to where it was so hard to give up.
Bus just flying on through. Can't even get off. It ain't even stopping to let you off.
And your right bus, a few of them done probably passed you up and you ain't even know.
I think my bus passed me up. I say it all the time.
I think a few of them probably did. But the good thing about God and His grace is that I don't believe that there's only one person out here for us. I don't think that there's only one opportunity. Like, if you was disobedient and messed up one opportunity, I don't feel like, oh, that's the end for you. I think that something else will come along. It might not be the one that He had for you at first, but
yeah,
He has to do some growing up in us, and we can do all of the complaining about how life is and how our love life is and how our friendships are, how our money is, and all of that.
For real here lately.
And it's like we can do a lot of complaining, but a lot of it is us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's trying to refine some things in us, and I can feel it.
Like, I don't get all sad and depressed and feeling like I act like I need somebody. Like,
I didn't even cry when I let this one go.
And if somebody come along, we text for a little bit, all right. But then if we stop, all right.
Because we really got to get to know people.
Yeah.
And I feel like we rob ourselves of that opportunity. It kind of goes into the topic that I wanted to talk about today. So pause this right here. If you're watching on YouTube, pause this and go and hit that subscribe button.
I need one of them Red Bulls. My bad. Go ahead.
You could have waited until after I said what I had to say. Anyways, let me start over. Pause this. Go hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. If you're not watching this, then go to YouTube at We Them Girls Podcast and subscribe to us, please.
Please.
If you want to listen, then you can go on any of the streaming platforms at We Them Girls Podcast. And you can listen there, and you can also go down to the show notes and hit send us a text message, and we can talk about your text on the couch. And also head over to TikTok and Instagram at We Them Girls Pod, and that's not subscribe. Follow us.
Well, you gotta do it after you finish everything.
Also, if you want to amp up your support,
go
to Buy Me a Coffee /confirmed. It's just confirmed, right? Yes, I think so. We're going to put it in the description. But go to Buy Me a Coffee /confirmed. And we have a subscription service. So all of our exclusive content.
It's new. That's why we don't know.
Yeah, it's new, but we about to have some stuff over. So we have all exclusive content, and you can get the episodes early. You will be notified first about anything coming up. And there are tiers. You can subscribe monthly for $5, $8, or you can donate in increments of $3 if you just want to support. But
yeah, y'all got a little $5 and a little $8.
Y'all definitely do. Because we be seeing what y'all be buying.
Foolery. No.
We be saying what we be buying.
Foolery.
So yeah, help your sisters out and the network.
We're trying to
elevate.
Step it up.
But back to the topic at hand. I was watching Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on The Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
Disclaimer: she's not my fave.
Yeah, and that's why I scroll past. I didn't even listen to like the the clips.
Yeah, she's not my fave. The thing that I'm enjoying about myself now is that I can like watch and listen to stuff objectively, like take the meat, spit out the bones. I be saying quotes and statements and stuff that other people use. You just ain't heard before. Have y'all heard of a pregnant pause?
She gets off.
I said that the other day and she was like, what? I was like, did you not go to school?
I've never heard that before.
Because you went to Central.
That don't mean nothing. First off.
We know it's over Ebola.
Please.
Anyways. But y'all know, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Basically, because a lot of people be like, I don't like so-and-so, so I'm just not going to listen. Or I don't like so-and-so, so whatever they said is just null and void. And it's like, but they could have said some like good stuff and just take what they said and whatever else didn't apply. Don't let it apply. But she was basically talking about
a bunch of different all the meat off the bones.
You don't. So maybe none of this applies to you. She sucks. Anyway, they asked her about her interview with Cam Newton. And then they went on to talk about Jasmine Brown, his girlfriend. And so they was kind of basically asking her, like, would she like to have a sit down with her? Would she advise her to leave the relationship or whatever? And so basically she was just saying she would love to sit down with her because if she decides to stay in the relationship, she probably needs tools on how to navigate that. But if she decides that she wants to leave, then she needs tools on how to pivot in that area too. And she was basically saying that she probably signed herself up for something that she didn't really know exactly what all she was getting herself into. I believe that because I feel like a lot of us have done that. And she was like, because basically Cam Newton disrespects her and dishonors her, not just privately but publicly also. And so it just made me think that a lot of times, we stay in certain situations and we talk about how the other person dishonors us or disrespects us, but how often have we actually looked inwardly and said, you know what, I'm dishonoring myself by staying in this situation. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that, honoring versus dishonoring yourself. Because a lot of times we point the finger and place the blame on everybody else when it's the only person we in control of is ourselves. So I kind of wanted to look up the definition of honor. Because a lot of times people just don't even know what certain things are. Like, so.
Versus dishonor?
Because dishonoring would just be the opposite of it. So Google said, or Webster, said the definition of honor is high respect or great esteem. It also says adherence to what is right or to a conventional standard of conduct. So dishonoring will be the complete opposite of it. So dishonoring would be low respect and low esteem and not adhering to what is right or to a conventional standard of conduct. So in what ways can you say that, or just off the top of your head, that you may have dishonored yourself? And it don't even just have to be with relationships, just in general.
As far as I think one of my big things has been boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Um just because people think that they can do certain things or treat you a certain way because you may have never spoken up for yourself, or you feel like because they're a certain person that you shouldn't speak up, and it's like no, because I feel like when you don't speak up for yourself, it's it says something about you.
Mm.
And I feel like every time, like, you just pile on more and more, and your esteem gets lower the more you go on not saying something
Mm-hmm.
when you feel disrespected by somebody or letting somebody step over a boundary,
Mm-hmm.
versus when you do speak up and say something, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And you feel proud of yourself.
Yeah, like I done spoke up for myself, or so that is one thing that I'm working on big time, because I feel like in particular situations, like, boundaries just keep getting knocked down. It's like, all right, I understand. I gotta respect this person, but at the same time, no, you disrespecting me, like,
Mm-hmm.
to a certain point, and they may not see it that way, but it's like, no, like, I've already told you once that this is an issue. Like, don't keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's one of the things. But yeah, and then when I do say something, it's now I have to be careful because I'll take it too far. It's like I do say something, it's like, cool, like, I feel good, I'm glad I said something about that. Let me do it again, but I'll be having to figure out how to say it again without, because if I said it the first time, why you gonna go and do it again?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be really careful. But I do feel good when I do say something like, no, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't do that. But, and I don't want to say like I backpedal on what I say or what I do, but I just know me, and I have to stay chill.
Uh-huh. I agree. Boundaries have always been hard for me.
Mhm.
And I think I'm learning now that it's because I am a chronic people pleaser.
Mhm.
And of course, trauma response.
Mhm.
I honestly just like realized or learned that that's what I was doing
Mhm.
because I don't like disappointing people. Um, and I'm sure stems from childhood somewhere.
Mhm.
Um, but I do not like disappointing people, and so I will formulate in my head what their response is gonna be to me speaking up for myself
Mhm.
before it even happens, which in turn makes me not speak up for myself.
Mhm.
And so I know that that has been probably one of the biggest ways that I've dishonored myself, because then you get upset at the other person
Mhm.
when it's like, one, you can't get mad at them for reacting in a way that they didn't even know would lean disrespectful to you
Mhm.
if you've never spoken on it.
Right.
Or when they do it, you let it slide every time.
Mhm.
Also, I'm good for creating a boundary but not enforcing it.
Mhm.
And so I know what the boundary is.
Mhm.
And I can tell you what the boundary is. I can tell you that this is what's going to happen if the boundary is crossed. And as soon as it's crossed,
It's
now
almost
what?
like
Yeah.
they cross that boundary.
It's like, okay,
What
now
do I
it's my
say?
turn. Yeah. Now it's on me to like enforce the action of what that boundary is. And so I think we got to do a better job on that, and
It was something
therapy
you just
and
said.
prayer.
Oh, not disappointing people, and that I think that's one of my things. Like, I hate when the meme that says, "I hate when people overpromise and underdeliver."
Mhm.
I hate that because I feel like, because I've been, given promises and people don't deliver. Um, I feel like I don't think it's like necessarily people pleasing, but I have to make sure I do what I say I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Like, if I tell you that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna make sure I stand on that and that I do it. Like, even if it takes me a couple days or whatever, I'm gonna make sure I call or send a text like, "Hey, I didn't forget you. I'm
Mhm.
gonna do what I said." And that is a trauma response, because it's like, dang, like, I can't count on somebody just to do one little
Mhm.
thing. And I've learned to be okay with not doing so much because that people pleasing, that will drain you and wear you out. But I also, like you said, I also don't like to disappoint people, and I also don't like to keep my promises. So I'm gonna make sure that I keep my promise. It may not happen today, but also if I say no to something, then it's just no. Like I don't have it in me to do it. So I be feeling good about that too. And it kind of makes me feel like, okay, if I can do it, then I can say no some other times.
Yeah.
Speak on how I feel about something else. So.
Oh, that's another way I'm dishonoring myself. The saying no. I don't know why that'd be so hard for me. Like I remember, Brandon, this had to do with you. Okay, so we wasn't gonna record, and so I was like, but no, like we've got to stay consistent, and like I was just going back and forth, and I was like, but I really do not have it in me. And Deanna didn't either. And I was like, well, you can blame it on me. Just tell him. She was like, we ain't got to lie. Just tell him no. I was like, you're right. I was like, we don't have to lie. We can literally just say, we'll be back next week. And I was like, why was that so hard for me?
You could see the weight fall off.
Oh my God.
Afterwards.
It's because I don't like disappointing people or feeling like I'm going to disappoint somebody. And like, and I think too, with me, I don't like feeling disappointed. So, this was going somewhere and I had it in my head. Oh, okay. Another way I dishonor myself is by not asking for the stuff that I need or want
or help.
And so, because I don't want to feel disappointed if you either don't respond or you say you can't or the answer is no, or you have an attitude that I asked, I'm just not going to ask and I'm going to do it myself. But then that dishonors you because now you all stressed out and worked up when you literally could have just asked.
I do it all the time.
And I will never forget this one time. I'm sure you do not remember because I don't remember the instance. But I remember, I think you needed your hair done or something, and I didn't feel like it. And you had got an attitude. And I was like, girl, I be having to do my hair myself all the time, and you don't be doing something. But now I was saying, she was like, but I asked. And I was like, and in my head, I was like, she's right.
I told you I'd be right.
She's so right. Because I don't be asking. I'm like, well, she looks busy. Like, we ain't going to have time. I'm not even going to ask. She look a little tired. I'm going to just do it myself. Meanwhile, I'm tired. And I need my hair done.
Meanwhile.
And I need my ends trimmed. And it'd be nice if you could blow my hair out too. And I could have just asked instead of being over here stressed. Because she ain't going to ever have no problem asking.
You be over here?
Water everywhere.
I'm like, well, she could have waited a few minutes. You could have put a processing cap or something on.
Literally. I could have just asked. And I was like, because I was watching something else and this lady said that the willingness of you to ask for what you need says a lot about how you view yourself and how you value yourself. And I was like, dang, that is so crazy because I feel like I value myself a lot, but there's a lot of times where I like cut myself short. Like, because you literally could have just asked. All they can say is no. I mean, they can say yes too, is the thing. You don't ever think about that part.
You don't. You always think of rejection first.
Always.
I wonder why that is. Why the brain works like that.
I'm sure it's trauma.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think too, it probably stems from childhood because whenever I would ask my daddy for something.
And be the daddies.
Be the daddies. Love you.
Because why would you tell me no?
And either you told me no, or you just didn't show up, or you didn't show up in the way that I needed, or I was likely going to be disappointed. So it just got to a point to where I wouldn't even ask. And I think that just trickled over into like everybody. And so I just stopped asking. I don't even ask my mama for stuff most of the time.
When I was telling my mama the other day because we was out apartment shopping, and I was like, I'm thankful that I don't have to ask you for a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're right now. Yeah, I throw that. You want to buy something off this list?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you want to buy off the list? But what we gonna order today? That's what that'd be my thing. What we ordering today?
I'm weak.
But I'm like, dang, I'm thankful that I don't have to ask all the time. Like, I'm glad I had one hustle mentality and not being afraid to go get it,
Mm-hmm.
not being afraid to work, not because I've never had an issue with like having a job or working because I want to just be independent. Like, but if I really need it, like I ask, but I'm also glad that I don't have to. But I just think it's
able to. Like, I want to be able to ask and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Or not feel stressed leading up to the question. Like,
and I think I'd be stressed because she does do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like she be wanting to, and I think that comes in like from the whole like people I always see like on social media talking about how moms basically have to do a lot. Like whether you with your partner, not with your partner, you're on separated, you co-parent, you don't co-parent. Like as a mom, you do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I think it's just it's in on. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was going deeper than that, and I lost it.
I seen you blink real hard.
Yeah, it was it.
I'm weak. Yeah, I think I really want to work on that because I want to be in a healthy relationship
Mm-hmm.
to where I
You can ask.
count on my partner, and I can ask for the things that I need. I can ask for the things that I want. I can have like uncomfortable conversations and stuff and be okay.
Or to bring up something and you just do it.
Yeah.
Like without me having to ask again. You just paying that much attention to me. You just know me that well that I done brought this up to you. And you just go out of your way to do it.
Because you listened.
Because you listen. That's it.
Simple.
Simple.
But I also want to be able to set boundaries
Mm-hmm.
and actually enforce them because you'll never be in a healthy relationship if you can't do it.
No.
Period.
That's it. That's the full sentence.
Or no.
Or yes.
Or that don't work for me.
Maybe another time.
Not right now.
Tomorrow.
I don't feel like it.
Get somebody else to do it. Just as simple.
And it be straight like it. Child, I know we dishonor ourselves in a lot of different ways. I think I didn't realize how much I was dishonoring myself until I really started to see myself the way that God created me and the way that God sees me. And it made me realize that I was dishonoring Him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I can dishonor myself all day long. Not that we should, but it's like when you take it deeper and realize that He created you to be who He created you to be, and you settling for and accepting and living like lower than the standard that He created you to be at. It says a lot about you, but it also says a lot about like how you see Him. And I was like, I don't like it. So you're never too old to grow and learn.
I
and
like
change
growing
some
and learning.
things. Yeah, because we ain't even old.
We ain't old.
My niece tells me that all the time. You're not even old.
I asked some kid, I was like, so what you think, I'm old? And she was like, no. I think it was Aubrey.
Period. They don't think we old at all.
And she was like, no. I was like,
because we not.
Because I'm not. Auntie's 25.
All right. But yeah, these are honestly just some like thinking points. Get your journal out.
Get your journal. I need to get my journal back out. I'll start therapy on Tuesday, so it don't even matter.
Oh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
I guess whoever the network is they go through a little process. So I start on Tuesday.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Yeah, so write down, what does it look like to dishonor yourself? What does that mean for you? And then jot down the different ways that you can think of that you may have dishonored yourself. Because we're not going to keep on pointing the finger at everybody else. How did you dishonor yourself? And then write down the ways in which you're going to go about changing that. And we should do the same. So because it's different when you can see it. And it make you think more. So yeah, we're gonna keep growing and keep evolving, and we're gonna change the things that we got control of. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, then hit the subscribe button and the follow button, and subscribe to our subscription service. It's buymeacoffee.com/confirmed. Period. You heard the man. And we will be back.
Or they can just go to WeDemGirls.com and click support this platform. Period. And it'll take you to Buy Me a Coffee, where you can subscribe and get exclusive content.
And we got some good stuff coming up. So yeah, we'll be back next week. Same place, same time. Audio on Wednesday. Visuals on Thursday. Love y'all.
Bye.